back to Dark and Dicey, finally!
Hey!
Back, you guys! We have almost the whole cast. So, one of the, there are several advantages to playing with a bunch of actors and such. One of the disadvantages, however, is sometimes they just straight up can't make it due to schedule stuff. So we will unfortunately be missing Zach tonight, and we love you, Zach. Wherever you are, please come back to us soon. Man, it's been a really event-filled day, you guys. Things have happened.
Oh my god.
Yeah, right?
Right.
Like, freaking, just in case you haven't heard, Stanley has passed away today. Holy crap. Just from, I'm sure from everyone here at Dark and Dicey, we just want to say, like, dude, Stanley invented the modern pantheon. He has touched pop culture in a way that we can never, like, even summarize with human words. So,
Pour one out.
Yeah, dude. If you got one, pour one out, Stan Lee. May frickin' Valkyries herald you into Valhalla, man. You were the business. Happier news, though. Did you guys see that crazy-ass Detective Pikachu trailer?
Yeah.
Yes, I saw it on Friday, and I've been trying to stay quiet about it. There was a Warner Bros. Event they invited me to, and it was like
The garbage man.
Just start eating garbage.
You've been having nightmares about Mr. Mime for a while.
Oh yeah. But I'm okay with it.
I saw a comic of Mr. Mime being arrested. It's like, you do the Mr. Crime, you do the Mr. Crime.
It's going to be real hype movies. I can't wait. Okay. Really quick, just to
Dungeons and Dragons.
Yeah, really to catch everyone up on what's happened. So last time we had a session, they ate a guy. Everyone ate a guy, well, except for Pluck, who was not there to eat a guy.
Only one now.
Yeah, they talked their way into the labyrinth city of Iron Rock, and Raslin Rockskin, the king of the Ravenous tribe, invited our party members, instead of, the traditional cultural thing in Minotaur society is you throw guests into a pit, have them fight dudes until they're either dead or prove themselves worthy of hanging out with Minotaurs, But this time around, since they came with Tala, one of their Minotaur heroes of legend and song, Raslin Rockskin felt it would be rude to do the same thing to Tala's friends. So instead, they participated in a different cultural exchange, the Death Buffet, in which our party members had to eat an entire dude. I'm talking like an entire full-grown Minotaur dude. And they faced off against their champion, which, thanks to Trixa's cheating...
not cheating.
Alternative winning.
Yes.
Trixa alternatively won the event for them by taking a small vial of what amounts to be the zombie virus given to her by Dwight, and infecting their champion with it, who then turned around, vomited, and infected the entire first row of Minotaurs, who then went on to infect the other row and the other, and now there's a second zombie apocalypse under Trix's belt.
What the hell happens when I'm gone?
Alternative winning. Happy.
Cool.
So, well, before I kill myself, choking on my own saliva.
Bowls.
But that is how we ended last time. There's screaming. There's other dudes being eaten now, unironically, and you've all more or less been left to your own devices amidst a field of gore and chaos, like usual. Pluck, Nate, your character did not want anything to do with this eating of a guy. So
That sounds about right.
right. So you've been more or less keeping to the shadows, watching from a distance. You probably you just didn't want to be involved with eating a Minotaur. So you however did witness Trix's alternative winning. So now that the entire crowd of I guess they're not really cannibals anymore, but they are still sort of, if they're turning into zombies. They're cannibals in like a different way, right? So now as the society turns, you reveal yourself from the shadows and rejoin your party. Really quickly, since you're rejoining the party, can all of you make a perception check just around you? We didn't get a chance for loot.
Dirty 20.
Ooh, dirty 20. Nice.
14.
14.
9.
9. Okay. Well, Pluck, we know what you've been up to last session. You, while wandering around, found a small armory off to the side. Right? And you inside find a number of, I'm going to say, 8. 8 adamantite longswords. These are 1d8 plus 1 longswords made of adamantite. You also find one adamantine greatsword. And that is a 2d6 plus 1 greatsword. And because you hit that dirty 20, you find a little something extra special. Ooh. In the very back of the room, kind of placed on this, it's not really an altar, just sort of like a little hook, but made to obviously be a centerpiece in the middle of the room. You find what kind of looks like an unfinished piece, right? It's like a blacksmith was going at it and then just sort of decided it was good enough and it was just put there. It is a very long, jagged piece of adamantite with a crude leather wrap around what you it could be a handle, right? It's too big to really be called a sword. It's massive, it's thick, it's heavy, it's really rough, right? It's more like a heap of raw adamantite that's sharpened on one side with jagged edges.
Brutal.
It's kind of brutal looking. It's like this, if someone took a machete, elongated it a little bit, and made it like 600% more metal, that's what it looks like.
Dope.
And those are, that is what you find in this tiny mini armor.
Cool.
Yeah, and you have that information. You can even take the weapons with you before you meet up with your friends. You all see Pluck come out.
Hello.
Hi.
Nope. Don't like any of it.
Like the idea of Pluck with like...
How much would I have been able to just like gather up? Because I'm guessing I can't carry all that shit.
There's equipment in the room for you to like. There's a small little like little wagon thing you can load up.
Just like shopping cart. A little squeaky up.
Yeah, little shopping music happening.
What you got there?
I like see. So are we? Are
Yeah.
you present for the whole consumption of these?
Oh yeah, you saw most of that.
Cool.
Yeah.
Like, well, I don't know what you got there.
We won.
Oh, we won.
Yeah.
What did we win?
Well, now we can go get that axe or whatever we're here for.
Oh, an axe. So just this zombie apocalypse again.
Just in the background, like people like desperately trying to keep their previous loved ones from chewing their faces off.
Yeah, great. Really hyped that we get an axe out of this. Fantastic.
I may be partly responsible for this endeavor.
Oh, I wasn't putting all the blame on her. I assumed it was a group effort.
Isn't it always?
Isn't it always? Meanwhile, I'm just rolling through with like efficient findings with all these like swords and stuff. It's like, but no, let's run around eating people about it.
He was already dead.
Oh, why didn't you say so?
I thought you knew that, so...
It doesn't matter.
Oh.
It's still gross. now I have these swords, and there's like a huge, just the big adamantine piece, and also whatever this was gonna be. I don't know who wants this.
I'd go take a look at the swords.
All right, so the the adamantine greatsword is 2d6 plus 1. The long swords are 1d8 plus 1. The warblade, because it has no real name, is a 3d4 plus 1 two-handed weapon that can be wielded by either of you, I think. Probably not Pluck, but either of the melee folks here. And it looks really cool.
I'll pull out that great sword.
Oh, it's
Have a nice look at it.
It's
I want
jet
that one.
black. It's jet black. It's balanced. It's made by a mastersmith.
Oh, it's not as like shiny.
It is made of adamantite, so it's darker color. You can catch real shiny glints off the metal, but looking straight on, it's kind of ebony.
So are you? You're good with this? We don't need to like go to that forge and.
We should probably.
Yeah, I mean, we could just skedaddle.
Looking a little hairy.
As you guys are going through the shopping cart of things, you notice Werblin has gone off by himself, and he's been off for a little bit. He runs back in, and he's like, "Oi, guys, I think we're about to be..." And before he can finish, the entire city, you feel massive, one large shake, followed by fired upon. You might want to come see this. And Werblin races back towards the entrance. It does feel like from one side of the city proper, large, heavy impacts are connecting to the side of the wall.
Oh, goody.
Yes.
Okay. So we should probably follow him and see.
Okay.
Should we?
Where's Anya? Here she.
Anya's still with you. She's kind of throwing up in the corner because she's got a lot of intestines in her gut. She's like, Anya will be with you in just this second.
Anna grabs. I'll grab Snick.
Yes, please take me with you.
Come.
Tala and Ironhoof are trying to contain the insanity that has been unleashed with your alternative winning strategy.
Why try? It's an island. Just
Leave it.
yeah.
So Tala turns to you and's like, if you guys want to find out what that is really quick, I'm going to try to handle this. Let me know what happens. When with that, she and Ironhoof begin to pick through and try to navigate the remnants of this ravenous society, leaving you to your business.
Let's go.
Well, let's follow Warblind, I suppose.
Yeah, that's a great idea.
Only because it's Warblind.
So you all just start making your way back towards the entrance of the Labyrinth City. On your way, of course, you kind of sidestep carnage the best you can. There are minotaurs dying in the street. There's minotaurs with like half bites taken out of them. Like as you walk by, they're like, "I don't want to be a zombie. I don't want to be a zombie," and you just sort of like,
Guess that's too bad.
Sorry.
Shame.
I got a question that I've never been able to figure out the answer to. If you have a two-handed weapon, you can't have a shield, can you? I wouldn't think so.
You can have it like, you can't be using it, but you'll have it like,
wear it.
you know, like
But it doesn't give you AC.
It doesn't.
no.
Okay, that makes sense to me.
Unless you have your back turned and someone shoots an arrow straight at your back, and then I'll be like, well, you have a shield.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Cool.
So you pick and wade through the terrible apocalypse that you have wrought upon these people, or Trixa has wrought upon these people, and you finally make your way back to the entrance of the Labyrinth City of Iron Rock, and you notice right away that the massive adamantite gates before you that were closed have noticeable indents in them now, a couple of them, and adamantite is not something that bends easily. It is a very sturdy material. So whatever is raining down whatever on this city has some pretty heavy-duty firepower. What do you do? The gates are closed for the moment, but there's no end to this against the rock and again and again.
So we can't see where it's coming from?
You can't because the gates are permanently shut.
Oh.
Warblin, were you in there?
In there? No. I saw this miss and came and get you lot.
Is this the only way out?
You make a perception check real quick.
16.
16. You do notice vents above the gate, not made for any minotaurs, obviously, but you could probably get through one of them and take a peek.
Throw me up there.
Time for another yeet. All right.
Roll a strength check. DC 10. She's very light.
Strength. Yep, 17.
All right. Right up there.
Fastball special.
Is there like a gate?
Yes, there's a grate you can hold on to.
Yeah.
It tosses you up. You were able to catch a hold of it. And peering out of this little grate, you see. Actually, you're familiar with the ship because you've seen it before. Before you, at the dock, is the Black Lotus, Winker Bean's flagship. Now, it's got these very intricate, very expensive-looking faux petals just erupting from the middle of the deck, and it's very garish and it's very boorish and it's everything he loves. And you see, Raslin Rockskin has escaped and is now boarding Winker Bean's ship, and this ship is bombarding the hell out of your gate. All its cannons have been set against the Labyrinth City. Raslin probably have told Winker Bean that they've lost the city. These people are dead all overnight, or not even overnight, in a matter of minutes.
Over lunch.
Over lunch. Over eating a guy. Everyone has died. So
That tacky Black Lotus ship is out there, and Mr. King Minotaur guy is getting on it.
Shit.
Shit.
Warblin calls from below you. It's like, "Oi! What else do you see on that ship? You see me, little girl?"
I mean...
Make one more perception check.
6.
What you see is a flurry of motion, bodies, crew members. You do see, it's hard because you have to sort of like go like this and look up, but you do see tied to the mast, and you can't really make out anyone specifically in there, but there is a cage hanging above the mast with bodies in there.
Jesus.
Moving bodies, living bodies, but they are in there.
There are like people in cages hanging in the sky on the boat. I don't know who they are.
The Warblin is silent for a moment, and was like, and then he continues to speak. Boy, we have to go after Winker Bean. This is the best chance we're gonna have for a.
Do you see what is happening to these doors?
We can't do nothing. My little girl is on that ship.
Okay, how about we find another way out, we go hide, we wait for them to spend all their cannonballs or whatever, and then we sneak on the ship, because they'll be all out of guns.
If you would like, there is the grate you're holding onto right now with a proper strength check. You could bust through and just kind of climb down away from the doors to exit. Would you like to attempt that?
But I don't want to go alone.
If you were to break open this grate, your friends could come with you. They would now be able to fit through.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Strength check.
18.
Oh yeah, you're just like, hold that thought. Boom! Like, and this grate shatters before your demonically possessed strength into tiny bits and pieces before you. Now it could fit any of you through. And this grate carries you like off to the side and down by where that outhouse was that you were hiding by when you first got here. Right. So not the best place to land, but it's a place. So, if you guys would like to use this as alternative exit, alternative is coming up a lot today. You can roll athletics to just try to climb on up there.
Pluck sees the great guy. He's just like, oh,
Come on.
now we'd be able to use that to get up there.
Yep.
Should we? Is the question.
I'm reaching down, like waiting for someone to pull him up.
Werblin already jumps up.
Oh, hi. Okay.
It crawls right past you. He's going.
Okay, bye.
Yes, if we were so inclined, we'd be able to climb up there.
I gotcha. Come on.
That
Guess
is
we
if
should
were
go
so
after
inclined.
him.
Should we?
You want to stay in here with the zombies?
She raises
climb
a
up.
point. That's a nat 20.
Don't leave your shopping cart.
Just yeet myself up.
In the most graceful maneuver you've ever seen in your life, Pluck reverse dives like a swan up towards the grate. Doesn't even need your hand, just.
You can fly, Pluck?
Fly?
You can fly?
I can fly.
For a moment, you convince yourself, holy crap, anything is possible.
My little, not wings, but they work.
All right, well, guess I'm going.
Also, I want to have one of those, at least one of those long swords on me. Just
Oh yeah, sure, yeah.
Jesus Christ.
Athletics? 25.
Wow, okay. So, freaking Kovacs, not to be outdone by Pluck's grace,
somehow like teleports.
Kovacs, he saw someone do this one time, and he's always wanted to try it. He gets down into a planking position and launches himself up with his arms and legs straight up. Again, shoots right past Trix and doesn't need her help. Launches herself right into the grate. You're just like.
Begins floating through the sheer force of his own anger.
My anger propels me.
I don't think I see her, but I want to yell, Anya!
Say, I'm coming. You just sort of see like this slowly, Anya. She will need your help, however. And like just trail of vomit. Like it's like, okay, Anya is here. And she's gonna. I don't think her is very high, but we'll see.
I'm helping.
Yeah, she's gonna need you. So she just sort of like, and you manage to grab onto her, and she manages not to throw up on you. Thank goodness. And you're able to pull her through the grate. Okay, Anya is here. What are we doing?
Leaving.
Oh, good. So you guys make your way through the grate. Even as you're traveling through the grate, the walls shake with the impacts of the shots that the Black Lotus is peppering the city with. And as you get to the entrance, you're not so far away from where the bombardment is happening that you can't sort of like smell, see, and almost taste like the metallic powder in the air as the cannonballs just impact again and again. In fact, you see just stray shrapnel just flying about you. Thank goodness these rocks and walls and gates are heavily reinforced with adamantite, because otherwise this would be rubble at this point. You guys, do you still have Pass Without Trace on, or is that long gone? 'Cause I recall that's like an hour, right?
It is.
Duration is 1 hour.
Right. Feel like it would be gone by now, even there for longer than an hour.
Do I know we're like trying to sneak around them?
Well, you're at the entrance here, and you see the Black Lotus like off to the side right there. And common sense would tell you if you just kind of hop down, they'd see you.
Okay. Well, you know what? Now seems like a good time to do it again.
Oh man, what an idea.
So,
You guys get plus 10 to your stealth. Right? Plus 10? All right. Everyone, go ahead and roll stealth really quick.
dirty 20.
Nice.
13.
Ooh,
21.
1. Nice. Okay, so Pluck gets down first. Warblin's already down there. He had passed his stealth check. Kovacs stealthily launches himself down next to the outhouse. And Trixa, in a in a hilarious slip up as she travels down the hilltop, she loses a slight grip on the rocks, and she falls a few feet, lands on the outhouse, cracks the roof. Fortunately, you slide off to the side; you don't fall right in. However, this causes the entire outhouse to shake and tilt over, spilling its contents on the floor. Not on you. You're all right. But onto the floor. And all of you.
Hope no one was in there.
No. All of you look up just in time to see one of the cannons begin to reposition itself.
I run away.
So you're just like, well, bye.
Other direction.
Where are you running towards?
The other direction.
The other direction. All right. And you two, are you joining her, or are you just
Like if they're shooting from over there, I want to go that way.
I mean, if they don't see us, do we think they see us?
They saw the outhouse that you're next to.
I do want to get away from the outhouse.
Just in general, like, you don't want to be near the outhouse.
Probably going to be looking at that.
All right.
What's Werblin doing?
Werblin has not taken off in the other direction. Werblin has taken off towards the ship.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah, all right, I guess we'll do that.
So as you guys, all of you plus Anya, you make a break for. Or you ran the other direction.
Yeah.
Yeah. So are you making a break for the ship, or are you joining Trixa?
I want to try to yell to Werblin, be like, Werblin, don't get yourself killed. He has all the leverage.
What's a leverage?
Probably something shiny. All of it? All of the shinies. As you call out to Werblin, there is a ringing explosion from a cannon, and you all are you're not staying there. Obviously, you're in the process of getting away from it. But as this cannonball comes down on the remnants of the poor outhouse, all of you, the explosion will be big enough that all of you will need to make a dexterity saving throw.
Advantage.
18.
Shit, Anya rolled a natural 20.
She's just like,
Nope.
12.
12.
16.
18.
18? Okay. 16, 18.
My little chicken legs.
It's all right. All of you have rolled high enough because this is a very not accurate shot. To avoid most of the damage. You get caught by a little bit of shrapnel, but it's not as bad as it could have been. Everyone take 2 points of damage just from stray.
Everyone.
Everyone.
Even Anya.
Except for Anya. Between the raindrops. Like, oh, look, shrapnel. So the Black Lotus, after that shot, you notice now that Raslin Rockskin is now safely on board the Black Lotus. The massive warship just turns away from the dock and just starts to sail just towards the ocean. Werblin, not being able to make it to the Black Lotus proper on time, leaps into your boat, the screamer boat, the one you told to shut up, and he's motioning for you guys to follow. It's like, oi, to go after them. You still got like ringing in your ears from a cannonball.
Is this boat like in clear eyes, like view of the other boat?
You do notice that the Black Lotus now has turned all the way away from you, and the boat does not. Their warship doesn't have a cannon at the back.
Okay.
So you could trail it if you'd like. There's no way for the cannons to turn to hit you.
Oh, that sounds fun.
It does look like Orland's not having any of it. Like, he wants to go after this thing.
I'm gonna go after him.
Kovacs, thank you. I knew I could count on you.
I just don't want you getting yourself killed.
When was the last time I got myself killed, mate? See?
Okay, Warblet. Just don't be stupid.
All right, so are you all boarding?
I run after him, yeah.
All right.
Yep.
You push the shopping cart with you and you're like, drop these. All right, so you all managed to board your screaming boat. Now, Kovacs, instead of relying on wind, this ship seemed to have been pre-programmed to come here on its own. However, now you, since you use Control Undead on it, and it has not been a day, you have now more or less helm control of the ship. So through willpower, you can command this boat to do whatever you like.
Cool.
I can command this boat to do whatever I like.
Oh, Neo!
Like
Thoughts?
psychic boat driving.
Ideas? Opinions?
Make it fly.
Make it go somewhere where we won't die.
Boat,
Yeah.
fly.
The boat, like, you hear it kind of, it starts to go like,
Okay, good try. Well, I know what Warblin wants to do, but I don't know if chasing Winkerbean's such a good idea.
just from behind you, this has given her enough time to, but you hear from the great one more voice, like, hello, yes, wait for me! And you see Korth kind of like fall down where the outhouse used to be, and she's carrying like bits of dudes with her. You know, like, she's not done really, so she's like, it's bits of dudes. So she's like, wait, I'm almost there. And she wobbles and falls onto the boat with her dude.
Yes,
bits.
that thing.
Yes. What are we doing?
I'm not sure
What?
yet.
What's...
That's Korth.
It's just this undead lizard folk eating bits of Minotaur. Like, half her stomach and organs are exposed.
Oh, I didn't recognize you. Right. Okay. Well, at least now that's here.
Uh-huh.
Kovacs, look, I'm not saying that we just chase and engage this ship, all right? I'm not stupid. I'm saying we go up to the back, we stealthily climb up, we free my daughter, and we get the heck out.
You think they're not going to notice our boat coming up behind them? No one?
It actually is relatively small compared to the size of their warship. So you could theoretically just be in a blind spot for a while.
Can you tell the boat to roll for stealth?
Well, it's not a bad plan, Warbler. Suppose we could try. And be stealthy. Ship. Be stealthy.
Boat, walk on your tiptoes.
Well, the boat rose a 5. So some of the muscle tissue on the ship turns slightly translucent. So it's even more disconcerting to the eye.
Like a glass bottom boat.
Yeah, it's getting grosser and grosser to look at.
Cool.
The more you tell it to do things.
All right, ship, follow that ship.
Quietly.
But like,
No
It raises
screams.
it opens its mouth to
Sneakily.
scream. It's like,
don't you dare.
silently it sails on. All right, so
Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this?
to get me daughter back.
You know, if they spot us, they can just put a knife in her neck and it's all over.
Or-
Yeah, we could
or
just,
a
like, wait till
cannonball
there's-
through our boat.
That too.
Look at the size of their boat. And it's true, like, perspective-wise, if you were to just tail them in their blind spot, and Werblin would know this because he's led enough mercenary campaigns. So he points out to you that if you were to come at the ship at a certain angle, which you can, there being no way for them to physically see your ship until you are until either you go out to their side or they turn. So unless someone screams or sets something on fire, you are relatively safe to tail the ship.
Don't you think it'd be better to carry on this mission at night when most of them are sleeping?
It is night.
When most of them are sleeping and not actively attacking things?
If we wait for them to sleep, then they'll be far too gone for us to chase them.
No, we can chase. Okay, let's chase them until they go to sleep.
Fine, I'll meet you halfway. It's not a bad plan. All right.
Horriblin, you tell me what to tell the ship and we'll do your plan.
Okay, it's just weird, you know. Could you turn it not translucent anymore?
I don't know. You can see some fish.
That's
you see the blood flowing through it and stuff, and it's like...
I think that's part of the whole stealth maneuver we're attempting, unfortunately.
You can clearly see the monstrous bone and veins.
You've seen worse.
Well, yeah, but... all right, whatever. I'll just deal with it.
Looks like this is too gross. I don't like this. And I'm gonna wild shape into a shark and then just kind of swim next to the boat.
You swim next to the boat. Yeah,
I wild shape on the boat first and then just kind of
flop onto the boat. Great. It takes a while. You have to watch it happen. Nobody helps you.
The shark looks over at everyone and its little fins just go up
You chose this, man. You have to follow through. All right. Yeah, you successfully dive into the water and you are a shark. So the plan is to follow the Black Lotus until further into nightfall, until you assume people are asleep.
Yeah. I mean, they're not, so they stopped shooting at the island?
No, yeah, they already stopped shooting at the island. Their main objective was to get Raslin Rockskin off.
Oh. Okay.
Yeah. So, following your plan, it will... Wild Shape lasts for what, another hour? Right?
It is 3 hours.
3 hours, nice.
Yeah.
We're only going to use a couple of those. A couple hours into your chase.
Yeah, I just want them to be lulled into a sense of safety.
Yeah.
Feel like they're alone.
While you're sailing towards or in the Black Lotus's blind spot, you are able to hear commotion on the ship. Crew talking, etc., etc. Though a couple hours in, the noise settles. Voices quiet. It's getting pretty late. They conversations die down. There's no more shouting. There's no more commands being given. All sounds fairly peaceful.
It's time.
Let's do this thing.
Korth pops up. Do you want me to shoot lasers out of my mouth at the ship?
Not
Probably
yet.
not.
Are you sure?
You stay here just in case.
Anya's head also pops up. Do you want Anya to shoot lasers out of her mouth?
No, not yet.
Are you sure?
Yes.
We need someone to make sure the ship is safe while we're on our covert operation.
Korth and Anya's face slowly recede from the screen.
Are you able to command, I don't know if this is a good idea, command the ship to obey Anya?
Is that a good idea?
That's what I was saying. I'm not sure. But, or you could just tell it to keep going and stay what it's doing. Okay, yeah, great. That's
mentally
good.
tell the ship to stay with the bigger ship.
Right, okay. So just, you're like, all right, screaming ship. Just stay the course.
Stay the course.
Yeah. All right, so as you're coming up with your plan to board the Black Lotus, you make a perception check, but at disadvantage. Actually, you know what? You have low light vision.
Yeah.
But you do not. Right? Okay. You have disadvantage. Roll a perception check, please.
Dark vision.
Oh. 2.
You don't see shit.
It's dark.
It's dark.
If only I were raging.
It's a 5.
It's a 5. It's dark. Even for you.
It's dark.
It's dark.
Remind me, does Pluck have some sort of dark vision or low light vision?
I believe so.
Will you please roll perception, please?
Alright.
Please roll perception.
Please roll
One moment.
perception, please.
Enjoy that
Please.
jerky you got there.
Oh, who said anything about jerky? Here, hold on.
Centaur turkey?
Turn the mic back up in a second, and I'll roll
There you
some
go.
heckin' perception. First let me check that dark vision. Features and traits. Do I?
If
Mine's
you
under
do
the
not-
passive
An at
abilities, senses. Senses.
Oh. Yes.
Okay, then without disadvantage, roll perception.
All right, cool. Dirty 20.
Noise.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Oh, dirty 20.
Yeah, man.
While they're coming up with their plan, Pluck, you just happen to be, having a great time as a shark in the water, looking at the majestic wildlife around you. However, something does catch your eye that seems out of place. Just off, let's say, even like less than 100 yards from you. The way the water is rippling in this very large kind of boat and or shaped configuration. You kind of peek up in the water. You don't see a ship. You look back down, and the way the water is rippling and the way the fish are swimming around a certain whatever implies that there's something in the water that you can't see. And glancing just around you, you notice 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 of these objects in a horseshoe configuration around the Black Lotus.
So it's not around us.
Well, you are behind the Black Lotus.
Yeah, but it looks like it's targeted.
So
more
if
towards-
this is the Black Lotus, right,
Mhm.
and this is you guys
Yeah.
in a horseshoe-shaped formation around you.
Okay. So immediately just the shark jumps out of the water and just flops onto the boat. It's just kind of like,
What do your shark eyes see?
it just kind of it starts like suffocating. And it transforms back. Like,
I think Pluck is dying.
like it was well, half a dozen things
Okay.
Things. I don't see any things.
I did with
Things.
my shark eyes.
As
kind of-
Pluck points in a direction with your dark vision, you do see it's as if something has settled and is floating in the water. The ripples of the water like kind of not cascade, I'm sorry, that's the wrong word. Kind of like lick up towards, like it's splashing and crashing waves against an invisible fucking wall. Something has sunk into the water.
Does it look like it's moving, or the water's just crashing against it?
The water is crashing against it, and the object seems to be stationary, whatever it is. You can't see it with your eyes, but something is, these waves are hitting something.
Huh.
I told you.
What the hell is that?
Well, I said,
Why don't you swim up to it and...
why don't you swim up to it?
Because I can't turn into a shark.
Well, I already did.
Wouldn't want to waste another spell slot.
Absolutely not. I only got 2 of those. I will. Can I detect magic?
Yeah.
I will detect magic.
I mean,
Wait. That's probably farther than 30 feet, huh?
Yeah, but I'll let you get a whiff of it. Like
Okay.
you won't know exactly exactly where it's coming from, but I'll let you get a whiff of it if you want to
Okay.
cast it.
I will do that.
Yes, there is definite magic coming from the invisible things.
Guys.
Whatever these things are.
That invisible thing that's blocking them,
uh-huh.
I think it's magic.
Way.
What?
I know.
And
This is brand new information.
It's not actually blocking the Black Lotus. It's more or less surrounding you.
Oh,
And it's surrounding us, not the Black
how
Lotus.
big are they?
From the looks of where the water is rippling against the whatevers, these ships are about half the size of the Black Lotus, so they are still proper warship sized.
So
But
they're
Oh.
bigger than our boat.
they're way bigger than your boat.
Oh. Okay.
Is the Black Lotus still moving?
It's moving, but it has slowed down considerably.
But the things have moved from the Black Lotus to us.
The things have not so much moved to. They're still rather stationary.
Okay.
Should we try to get on one?
No.
I'm gonna go with no.
But then maybe we'll see what they are.
I'm pretty sure they're seeing what we are. And maybe killing what we are.
But if we get past a certain point, we'll probably be able to see the stuff on it, right?
Alright, so
It's I don't know, like a cloak or something.
it's like, okay,
If you get under it,
you
then
wanna
we'll
go
see.
you wanna go see them? Then how about it? And I'm gonna cast Water Walk. It's like go ahead.
Maybe we wait and see what they want with Winkerbean or vice
I jump
versa.
off
Okay.
You land onto the water, feet first.
and I tiptoe. Can I see now the closest one?
The closest one is still not 100 yards away, but it's kind of far out. You'd have to take a short jog.
Okay.
Is it
You have to
'cause
Jesus your way out there.
is it because it's dark?
It is dark, and she doesn't have dark vision.
Okay. Wait, before you go, I'm gonna cast Dark Vision and alright, go have fun now.
Your whole world just got a little brighter.
Now you can walk on water in the dark. Have fun.
I go up and I'm tiptoeing to the nearest ship.
All right, you're able to walk right up to this thing. You see where the water is lapping up against the whatever it is, right? And do you reach out to touch it at all?
Yeah.
All right.
She walks away and I turn to Kovacs and she's gonna die.
Uh-huh.
So you reach out and you just lay a finger on it, right? Yeah, that is the hull of a ship. That is absolutely the hull of a ship. Roll let's see. I guess this would be another perception. Just go ahead and roll perception really quick.
18.
18. You hear whispers. You hear whispers coming from inside the ship. Obviously, you guys don't, but
I want to feel for anything to grab onto and try to climb up
while you're
quietly.
feeling for things,
Unless I can hear specific words.
you can.
Okay.
But you can also be feeling for things to grab
Yeah.
onto. And as you're feeling for things to grab onto, you hear hushed whispers from below deck where the cannons would be, right? If this was a warship, like, "Hey, shall we fire now? No, wait for the signal. But they're right there. Just wait for it."
I want to grow up. I want to see if I can see in somewhere.
All right. You do find what feels like kind of a step ladder built into the side of the hall. Right?
Convenient.
So go ahead and roll your stealth. I believe.
With advantage, because of his eyes.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. It is dark.
Oh, 12. Oh, I still have...
How long has it been?
2 hours.
Damn it.
So you have a 12.
12.
All right. You feel around. You feel
I was really
around for
thinking on that
something
advantage.
to kind of stick your head in to see. You do find you find a circular. Find a circular entrance.
Oh, great.
Yeah, you just sort of.
Does it feel like iron?
It does.
So weird.
Weird, right?
Funny.
Yeah, you kind of peek in. It's still dark.
Dark vision, yeah.
Right, so
It's just still nothing and invisible.
there's still nothing in there. You're like, I should be able to see with this dark vision. It's weird that I can't. Though having this dark vision, you just kind of like, hold on, give me my eyes a second. Ooh. And you make out a spherical shape towards the end. It's a cannonball.
I want to try to go up,
You're like,
crawl over it.
thank you.
I vote we fire tricks out of a cannon.
And you do manage to sneak a peek behind the cannon, and as you might have guessed, it is the bowels of a warship. You see a professionally trained crew just manning these guns. They're having like these hushed conversations with each other. Having seen it once before from Kovacs, when you first met him, the design of the Thizbanar uniform adorns everyone on this ship. Cool.
Okay, I crawl back down.
Okay.
And I run back with my 90-foot dark movement speed.
Right, you see this like, you see Trix. You've never seen her do this before, but she literally just like a wraith across the wall. It's like Johnny Cage, like Shadow, like kicking all the way across the ocean. And you end up lickety back at the screaming boat.
Okay. This been our people, so I don't think they're our friends, right?
Oh, you couldn't be more right.
Yeah, and they're like, should we fire now or later? And first I was like, they're gonna fire Winter Beam, perfect. But no, it's Thizbanar.
So,
They see us.
did they decide?
Do they see us?
I didn't hear that part.
Maybe
Oh, I think they said they were gonna wait just a little bit.
Maybe they're turning on Winkerbean.
Maybe.
Do they know we're here?
Kinda seemed like it. But they are like, surrounding the front of Winter Beam.
They're kind of surrounding
Ship,
us.
can you back up?
Beep, beep, beep.
The ship just starts just in straight reverse.
Yeah.
The skull at the front's like,
Can we see what the invisible ships, whether they're moving with us or continuing on with Winkerbeam?
you notice as your ship pulls back, the Black Lotus itself has stopped.
Oh.
And as the ship takes you back and back and back, you look up. You can see on you can't see on the deck, but you see that lights are lit on the Black Lotus. And once you get back far enough, you see a mix of people. You see part of their crew just sort of leaning over the side, right, watching you, right. Raslin is there. Winkerbean is there.
Mm-hmm.
And you see Winkerbean going like, oh, now they can see us. There we go. Wow, that took a while. You must have had some plan in mind, right? You're going to sneak on board the ship? Just wanted to see. We were taking bets to see how long you'd figure it out, you know, how long it would take.
I'm sorry. I what?
I said, forget
What?
Fire on them, please. He lights a torch, and you can hear explosions going off all around you. The ship, the skull up front looks to you. It's like,
We should go.
yeah, we should
Let's
go. Kovacs, since you are helming, quote unquote, the ship, make a dexterity saving throw for the ship real quick.
Oh.
Great.
Ooh, who's dex save?
14.
14. All right. You are able to avoid most of it. There's a cascade of these cannonballs coming down on you. The ship does its very best to 180 around right in the water and just speed off. Now, the one thing in your favor is this boat you're on is pretty fast, right? Being a tiny fraction of the size of these warships, this thing can move, but it can't move quite fast enough to avoid every single cannonball that's heading at you. So you will take a bit of damage from the ship itself. Will take a bit of damage from the
Oh boy.
balls firing down, and they are many.
Does it seem like are the invisible ships firing on us?
Yes.
Okay, cool. Cool, great, cool.
Can I shark again?
You can, yes. Though, be warned though, if you jump into the water, you will also have to start making dex saves because the boat can't cover you there.
Can I just swim down?
Under the boat?
Can I just go deep enough to where cannonballs won't?
You just leave the encounter. You're just.
Bye.
You could do that. Yes, you can abandon your party members.
All right.
Pluck abandon ship just as the boat you're on takes 48 points of damage as a cannonball collides right off the side of the ship.
How much HP does our ship have?
A good amount. It's a ship, right?
Okay.
But 48 points is still 48 points.
That's a lot.
Yeah, that's a lot.
I want to be not so far down to where I'm just totally gone. I want to be able to at least maybe see the bottom of the ship.
Yeah, you can. You go down. Let's say what, 30, 40 feet.
Yeah, something like that.
Okay, you go down 30, 40 feet. You can still see the bottom of the ship. You see it rot by this big explosion. Werblund and Anya and Korth are all hanging on for dear life and or unlife, depending on who they are. And you guys are also rocked by the sudden crazy rumbling that is the ship trying to hold on to its hull capacity and not break apart as it speeds across the water. After the first volley, you hear the cannons repositioning before it sounds like they're about to take another shot at you. And you're now far enough away to see Winkerbean on the top of the Black Lotus, and even from this distance, you can see a shimmering red gem in his hand. Okay? He raises it up, and there's a huge flash of red light, and the warships around you, uninvisible, one after another, and 6 fully armed Thizbanar warships surround you.
Great.
All their sails are Thizbanar. Only Winkerbean is the independent of the group. Looks like they have led you into somewhat of a trap.
Can I swim to the nearest little warship and I don't know, examine it, see if I can find a weak point?
Yeah, you can certainly swim towards the ship and give it a once over if you'd like.
Cool.
Is that what you do?
Yeah, can I try to bite a hole in the side and sink it?
These are warships and they're mostly reinforced, but The flooring is there is still just wood, just pure wood there, aside from the metal barding. So metal barding, wood. Vulnerable wood. So you could try to do that.
I'm gonna try and bite some wood.
All right. So a shark plug takes off after a random ship. However, this leaves you guys to figure out exactly what to do in this situation.
I want to jump down and run towards the other ship,
Okay.
and
So
get like as close to it as I can.
you also hop off the boat and start off towards the same ship he's running towards, or a different ship?
No, the Black Lotus.
Oh, the Black Lotus. Okay, so you run towards the Black Lotus. And leaving Kovacs, it is taking your concentration to keep this ship afloat and alive. So you unfortunately have to be on the ship for it to remain a ship.
It's okay, because I have a plan.
What's your plan?
Ship, can you sink?
The ship looks at you like,
Don't do it, I'm just asking. Question number 2. Do you have some sort of airtight,
dexterity save as another cannonball comes in.
some kind of airtight organ we could hide in, perhaps?
What was it?
Pretty good. 22.
All right. So you're like, perhaps a airtight organ that we can hide in. The ship kind of like this bone plating begins to inch up over your head. It's disgusting. There's like slime everywhere. It's gross. And it does seal you, Anya, and Korth, and Werblund pretty tight, and it starts to
It's like sink.
submarines down beneath the waves. And right before you sink down, you just hear Waker being up top going like, "What the hell?"
Oh, they got us! Oh no, we're done for!
You're like, whoa.
All right, so your ship is submarining down below the waves. All right, so what do you guys? Pluck, you have made it underneath the belly of one of the warships. What would you like to do?
Is there anything that looks biteable, breakable? There's the steering mechanic. The wheel. God, I'm not a nautical person. What is that freaking thing called? The thing. Rudder.
The rudder. There is the rudder. You could potentially damage the rudder.
All right. I'm gonna try and rip up that rudder.
All right. Let's see if you're able to do lasting damage to it. Roll attack against the rudder. That sounds ridiculous, but
Okay. Let me see. Shark. Oh wait, that's the wrong shark. That shark's too strong. Reef shark. There we go. Don't want to overdo it. Okay. So one. Okay. So +4 to hit. Cool. That is a 13.
13. All right. Yes. You hit it. It's a very large target. Roll for damage.
Okay, so that is D8 + 2. 3.
You bite like half a mouthful of wood off it.
Can I keep going at it?
Splinters? Yeah. We'll let you keep going at it, but for now you're just like, and you look up and you see that the rudder is still rather big, and you're like, okay, back to it. Trixa, what do you do?
So basically, I want to run up to the Black Lotus and hide under the blind spot where they can't see me or get to me, and if they shoot me, they're shooting the ship.
Right. All right, so yeah.
And try to hide within it as much as I can if there's anywhere to.
No, for sure. You Johnny Cage your way through not beneath, but like you place yourself against the back of the ship. They can't see you. You can't see them. Obviously, no cannons can hit you from here. Otherwise, they'd be sinking their own boat. And you just stay here and wait to see what happens, or
Yeah.
okay. Now, under the waves, under the sea, where the grass is always greener, Wordblend is just sitting there going, well, that's freaking wonderful, mate. It was a trap the entire time. Should have seen it coming. Why didn't you see this coming, Kovacs? I'm kidding. No, I know.
What do I look like?
The irony. Yes,
Psychic?
I
I have a plan, Warbland.
What's your plan?
Fear not. We navigate underneath them, and I take this adamantite sword and start punching holes. And probably some mouth lasers, too.
Of course, it's like...
Oh my god.
Anya's like mimicking Korth, like... She's going to learn how to do mouth lasers for Korth. Well, that's... You know what, Kovacs is... In any other circumstance, I call that a stupid plan, but... Let's give it a shot.
Let's do this thing.
Your submarine starts to just sort of... as you get closer and closer to the ship, unfortunately, Winkerbean is not the dumbest gnome. So as you get closer and closer, you see, you hear actually first things hitting the water above you, like. Your ship ultra translucents one side of the wall so you can sort of see out and what's happening. These large iron-looking spheres dropped into the water from the side of the ship. You've never seen these. I don't believe you. Actually, I'm putting words in your mouth. Do you think Kovacs would be familiar with military-grade depth charges?
There's a good chance not.
Yeah. So you've probably never seen this.
Probably not.
Neither of you probably know what these are either. Wordblend, however, does know what these are. So he's like, wait, stop. We may need a change of plan. You see those?
Yes. Ship, deeper.
For all you guys know that the rest of your party has abandoned you. You
That's
just
fine. I'm just going to town on this thing.
right. Roll damage one more time.
Ooh, that hits. That's a 22.
Yeah, that's to hit.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, you easily hit.
cool. 8 + 2. 3.
You know, it's a number.
It's just like a slow nod. It's like
Your jaw's getting a little tired. Like, oh, it's harder than I thought. These ships are really sturdy. You get me a Thisbanar boat.
dude, this is rolled 4 ones in a row.
But yeah, you've gnawed off a good, fraction of the rudder. It probably cost a good amount to repair at some point. It's shock attack. You don't want to pay for that kind of thing.
Cool.
And hopefully they've got insurance.
Do I feel like I'm doing like significant damage to this, or like even like this will go somewhere?
If you keep at it, they will lose control of the rudder. However, you are doing small bits of damage to this thing,
Okay.
so it might take a little bit.
All right.
And Trixar, are you going to stay hidden?
Yeah, I just want to listen and see. I don't know if I'm within earshot of like where Winkerbean was standing.
Oh,
but-
you are. You hear them talking about depth charges. You probably never heard of them before, but you did see like the big iron spheres falling off the side. So maybe you could put one or one together. But they are like, all right, hold on a second. Then we should fish them up in just a second. Give them 10 seconds, and they're gonna blow them sky high.
I want to like brace myself on the wall.
He's gone. So the screaming ship gets low just enough before the depth charges low. Trixa, you feel it all the way up at the surface. You see these massive explosions come up one after another from the side of the ship. You feel the rumbling from the ocean. You see dead fish just blow out of the water. Some of them cooked. Just random assorted dead wildlife like just surfacing from these explosions. And you hear the folks up top going, it's like, see any bodies? See anybody? No, we didn't get them. More! Yeah, explode them later. Just give them a few more seconds. So even more depth charges drop on your side. One drops in front of you. Right in front of you. Like it just barely misses you, sinks down to the water. Right? So one is right underneath you.
But doesn't that mean it's right underneath their own ship?
Yeah, but they're going to have it sink low. Just saying,
Okay.
it's just right, death charges.
And there's no way to like catch it before that happens.
It's a pretty large sphere.
Yeah.
You could try to
Yeah.
with your enhanced demon strength. I mean, I'll allow an attempt. Do you want to?
I mean, I don't know what the water walking rules are as far as like, I don't know, reaching into the water or like.
Oh, you want to fish after?
Yeah.
I'll since I don't know the exact rules, I'll say yeah, sure. You can try and fish after it, and I'll keep the water walking. I don't know if that's the exact rule.
Not if
I'm
it
sure.
like gets too far, but if it seems like something I can grab quickly and bring
something-
back up.
I mean, it's going to take a little while to sink, so you could absolutely try to grab it.
Okay.
You want to try?
Yeah.
Okay. So as there were new depth charges. They blew up. Your screaming ship got out of the blast zone just enough.
Good.
Not to have to make any rolls. Trixta is going to try to get one. Yeah. So new depth charges drop from the side of the ship. None of you hear this, but Trixta does. Winkerbean is talking to his folks. She's like, detonate them later. Just let them drop a little further. So as one drops in front of you, you go after it. It's going to be a pretty high strength check to try to drag this thing back up to the surface. But you can easily make it to the thing.
Okay.
Right.
16.
16. Yeah, it's heavy, right?
Okay. Can I instead kind of like push it under their ship in that direction?
Yes, but it is still going to be a pretty hefty strength
Yeah.
roll because you're not only trying to push this massive explosive, you're also underwater.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just trying to change its direction, I guess. No, halfling luck. Not great. 10.
So no, you push against this thing, but it's so heavy, and you followed it down so far that
I don't want to go too far.
okay. So yeah, you're starting to
come
get
back
afraid
up.
that it might blow on you. Right?
Yeah, no.
Plan B. You escape back up to the surface. While this is all happening, and you're all just pondering what to do, Korth kind of raises her hand. She's like, "Are we taking ideas?"
Guess ideas are quite welcome right now.
Okay. So, Korth has an idea. Korth needs to borrow some of the necromancy power that Dwight gave you, and we'll see what happens.
Can I just give that?
Yeah. So, Korth, I tried to give guest characters each like one little something fun, and Korth hasn't really shared hers yet, but now is a great time to as any. Korth just sort of reaches out her hand to you. He's like, "Yeah, just take Korth's hand."
I hope this works.
You take Korth's hand. You feel this cold power that emanates from inside you kind of siphon up out of your chest, down your arm, and through your hands, and into Korth's body. All right. Feel a little warmer, actually. You're like, it's like AC. And Korth siphons this power from you, and she's like, good, just enough. Give me 1 second. Korth gets down towards the boat inside and starts to place her hand on the boat, and she looks at you, Werblin, and Anya is like, Korth learned this back in the day when she was alone in a cave because she was ostracized by her people.
How nice.
Yes. And she channels Dwight's, hers, and your necromantic energy into the ship itself. And we're going to get back to that in just a second. Shark Pluck.
Yes.
Continuing to chew on the rudder?
Yes.
All right. You know what? You don't have to roll to hit anymore. The rudder's there. You've downloaded its tactics.
Okay, cool. So, 8.
8.
Yes.
8 points of damage. You take a fair chunk off this thing. Yeah. It's you see the rudder begin to move a bit, and you can see that your efforts have begun to pay off, because the part of the rudder that would start to steer it is completely missing now. So the best this warship can do is go in the direction it doesn't want.
Cool. So
it can no longer turn right.
Sweet. So feeling good about this shark pluck.
In fact, you see the ship begin to try to turn to investigate where you went to, and instead of turning right, and from below the surface of the water, you just hear the crew going like, "What the hell? Turn the rudder the other way. I am the other way. You do it." And it's just,
please, little shark pluck is just like, all right, this is working. On to the next one.
You leave one of the warships just spinning in place.
All right, next ship. Closest one. Doing the same thing.
You go towards the other one. Trixa, what are you doing?
What does the hull of the ship all look like? Is there anything that I could like climb up onto or hang onto, or like a nook that seems like something I could...
While there aren't any nooks or very visible ladders, you are familiar enough with your own possessed strength at this point, where a proper strength check could find you just kind of digging your hands into the side of the ship proper.
Yeah.
If that's something you're interested in. You could literally just be like...
What is within my view right now around me?
You look up, it's just the backside of the Black Lotus. You can't see, you see off in the distance one of the warships just... That's strange. The other 5 ships, however, have turned slightly towards your guys' position, and they're sailing a bit closer now to investigate where the ship has gone. They are getting closer to you.
I guess I'm just gonna try to circle around the side.
You start to circle around the side.
But I want to I'm a halfling, so I'm already small, and I'm a young halfling, so I'm very small, and I'm a lightfoot.
You're very tiny.
So I want to crawl against the corner of the water in the ship.
You crab battle against the ship, and you remain completely unseen, hiding out of sight under the you know how ships kind of go, right? You're under said thing.
Yeah.
There's no way they can see.
I don't want to listen to any words from inside the ship or on top of the ship.
Right. Roll perception really quick as you're crab walking.
4.
That's a lot of water.
Wow.
Water's loud. There goes the explosions again for the depth check. You heard that. More dead fish. This time, the explosions are followed by something very interesting. The explosions do bring up your ship, but not in the way you may expect. it's almost like a torpedo heading straight for the surface, skull first. As it emerges from the water, it just starts. It just sails onto the water. It has changed slightly. As it surfaces from the water, the now unfortunately familiar sound of snapping, twisting bones rings in your ears. Just as it just surfaces from the water, and these huge, massive, decaying, gross-looking protrusions that could be loosely described as wings. Just sort of erupt from the ship's spine in both directions, unfolding in this weird, grisly fashion, and just catching the wind with this graying, translucent membrane that hangs between the protrusions. And this monstrous wingspan just kind of unfurls itself and seems to catch a phantom wind, increasing your ship's mobility by a dramatic amount. This catches the ships around you completely off guard, and aside from the spinny ship, they're all desperately trying to bring their ship back around so they can fire in your direction. But just as they, get you in their line of sight, your new winged ship has already sailed way past their gun range. Not range, but their line of sight. You can now outmaneuver them before they can set their cannons on you, which is fantastic.
Before we get too far away, I wanna drop a darkness on Winkerbean's ship.
Just right where they are.
I guess. What is it? A 60-foot sphere? Is it 60?
Yeah,
No.
yeah.
Oh, the sphere itself is a 15-foot radius.
Right.
So I guess I want to drop it on the cannons or something.
Or just what main guns you can see.
Yeah.
Right. You're just. And just there's a huge sphere of darkness that engulfs most of the cannons on the left side of the Black Lotus. So the ship is technically taking you away from the encounter, but Wordblund puts a hand on his shoulders like, I can't leave my daughter. Please, you need to take me back. We need to figure something out.
We will figure something out, but right now we're completely outgunned, literally.
Korath raises her hand. You want guns?
Yes.
Okay. Hold on.
Do I see?
Yeah, you saw that. It was weird and disgusting.
Anyway, can I make my way towards Winkerbean's ship
Yeah, absolutely.
instead of the little ships?
Yeah, you make your way towards Winterbean's ship. It's an incredibly impressive belly side of the ship. Everything is reinforced. The rudder is reinforced. It looks pretty solid. Maybe you may have a more difficult time biting through this.
Well, it's not going to stop me. I'm going to try and bite the rudder.
Roll to hit the new rudder.
19.
19. Oh, you certainly hit it. Roll for damage.
Okay. 9.
9. All right. You bite into this thing as hard as you can. Hurts your teeth a little because there is metal there.
It's fine.
It's fine. You chew off what wooden bits you can. However, the rudder, aside from being far more reinforced, it's also much larger. So you do manage to nibble off a piece of it, but there's more than enough of it to steer.
That's fine.
You just
I'm on a mission. These teeth are temporary.
All right.
So our ship, which side of bad ship is our ship now?
On the left side, the side that was just darknested.
Okay. So I want to crawl over to the bow and crawl around to the right side.
Okay. Yeah, you don't even have to roll stealth. So much is going on that no one will be able to track you.
Okay, then
Plus, you have your, dark demon.
yeah, then I want to dig my claws in and go up to like peek over the.
All right, it's a strength check, but it's a low. Just DC 10.
10
Hey!
plus 2, 12.
All right. Yeah. The inky darkness forms around your fingers as really sharp talons, and you just start climbing up to the top of this thing. It's going to take you a little bit because this is a very massive boat.
That's fine.
All right. So we're going to get back to you really quick. But for Kovacs, Korth begins to empower this undead ship even further. It seems to take in, the ship itself seems to take in this deep rumbling breath as its body that you inhabit expands. This new fleshy growths expanding from the sinew and bone and to thicken and reinforce the hull. You even see yourself lift from your perspective on the water where you were, and this living ship begins to take the form of a far more intimidating warship. It's starting to become the size of one of the Thizbanar ships that are firing on you. You notice these dark, bony protrusions, 4 on each side, just from many, like not many, but like a more decorative-looking skulls open their mouths wide, and these cannons just sort of expel from within its jaws, 4 on each side, and Korth, after that's finished, grabs Anya's hand and it's like, Korth needs your help. You need a person to man guns, and you tell ship when to fire. Give us 5 seconds to charge ship. And you have no idea what charge ship means, but Korth takes Anya and goes into the bowels of the ship. Where seconds later, you see this eerie green light emanate up from beneath the ship. It's the same light as Korth's Eldritch Blast. And you even hear it going off down there. You have no idea what's happening, but there is Eldritch Blasting happening a lot underneath your screaming ship. Between this happening, you just hear Korth go, anytime!
Great!
Wordblunt is like, well, I'm going to try this out. I don't know about you, but...
Yeah, I guess, sure.
So Wordblunt goes to one of the cannons, and sort of like aims it, right? It's like, all right, mate, just tell the ship to do something.
Are you ready, Warblend?
Yeah.
All right. Fire.
From the mouth of the cannon, you hear the whirling gathering of eldritch power within the jaw before the cannon, in an explosive blast of green light, fires off a military-grade shot of eldritch blast across the sea. Roll a d20 plus your int modifier plus proficiency to hit with this Eldritch Blast cannon towards one of the warships.
Oh, stupid. 12.
12? Goes wildly off course, but it's so impressive. It's so impressive. It would have devastated that ship had it not gone, over that way.
Holy shit.
It was great. Warblood says the same thing as you. Holy shit! You hear this chorus of people on the Thizbanar ships going, holy shit!
A shark head pops out and just...
Winker being suddenly nervous on the black on the fucking black oh my god, the Black Lotus going like, holy shit.
Yeah, let that be a warning to you. There's more where that came from.
So Warblunt looks to you, suddenly glee in his eyes, like, let's just keep using these, yeah? And he hops to the very next one. He takes aim again. And you two, having seen this is going on, is now completely taking their focus off of trying to find either of you. Right. So what would you like to do while the newly enhanced and empowered screaming ship is now sort of like gliding across the water, dodging cannonballs, and just taking shots with Eldritch cannons?
They're shooting at Winkerbean ship?
Well, right now they shot at one of the Thizbanar ships and missed, but who knows what will happen.
Can I maybe see, do I see like a way to climb up onto the ship?
On the ship, you're...
yeah, the...
Winkerbean ship?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, aside from... You do see Trixa kind of scaling the side of the ship. You do notice she has left finger holes, if you were interested in that method. There does seem to be a reinforced hatch below the ship, but who knows how much force it's going to take to open that thing. You just haven't explored it yet.
Is there like a latch, or is it just a, like...
You see the outline of what appears to be a latch, but there's nothing to pull from your side. But it is there.
I'm gonna try and just shark headbutt into it.
All right. I'm going to give you roll to hit with advantage because you're torpedoing straight up into this thing.
It's just a flat D20 because this isn't my bite.
Let's. It's still an attack. So let's use your bite stats just for math.
Okay, first one's an 18. 18.
Right. So you collide face first with this hatch. Let's see if your momentum is enough to shatter it. Roll for damage. Let's just use your bite damage for this.
Ooh, 10.
Nice. You smash into this thing. It doesn't hurt as much as you thought it might. You're a big tough shark. Though you ram into it with enough velocity that a single crack appears right down the middle of the hatch. You're making leeway. A tiny bit of bubble comes out from the crack.
Okay.
Otherwise, it's still stable.
Cool. Can I do it again?
Yes, we're gonna keep doing that. And Trixa, you managed to scale up the side on the other side where they're not looking. They're all trying to follow this crazy undead boat that's just appeared off to their side. You see that Winkerbean is shouting at his gunner. It's like, everything, just fire everything, hit that damn thing. They're also trying to give orders to the Thizbanar ships. There are cannons going off everywhere. Really quickly, roll a dex save with advantage because you are speeding past these guys.
Nat 20.
Holy crap. Not only do you avoid all the cannonballs, the ship leaps up into the air just for fun to jump just to make them look stupid, right? And
God.
You sail up right in front of one of the cannons, the ship gives it one of these. and
It's just growing gross, like...
just growing these hands, like...
Just a flip.
Right before the cannon goes off, would be in your face, but just right...
Can we shoot? Can we shoot while we're doing this, or is...
Yeah, right. I'll get to you in just a second before we do that. But that's what you see, Trixa.
Okay.
That's what you see happening.
What do I see up above me as far as cages and people?
Right. So you there is enough light now that you can look up. It's a very tall mast. Almost the length of which you had to climb up, right? And in this cage, you can make out... it's pretty high up. Give me one more perception check, just be safe.
No, it's 10.
10? You do make out a couple of tails. So those could be your lizard friends, who knows? You do see a shorter bodied person. That could be Top Button, it could be K-Tree, but you're just not sure. You would need to get a little closer. So, in order for you to continue to utilize Izaz's shadow ability, you're going to have to find a couple of the light sources and extinguish them. Otherwise, you're going to have to just make some hard stealth checks to remain unseen.
What's the nearest light source?
Just a few feet away from you, there is a crew member nearby, but he, like everyone else, is completely entranced by this monstrosity that's just flying across the water.
He has like a torch or something? What's the
torch is behind him.
Okay.
So I'm going to allow you, if you want to stealth up and try to extinguish the torch, I will allow you advantage because he is so focused on what he's watching.
Okay. Is he really close to the edge?
Yeah.
Can I just look first?
Yes. Let's see. That's going to be, let me call that a stealth plus strength check. So stealth first,
Okay.
with advantage because, he's not looking, and then a strength check. Just
15 stealth, straight strength. 8.
8. All right, so you successfully sneak over. He is close enough to the edge where your kind of failed push, right? You go like, and he's like, for a comically long time. He's just kind of teetering over. He's like, you either have it or don't. I don't like this. If you just push him off, or
Well, yeah, I'd like to pull him overboard.
yeah, I just want to let you know that it just happens for a while if you let it go on.
No, I want to pull him overboard.
All right. You shove him once. He starts to flail, and before he can cry out too loud, you're just like, whatever. And he's flung off to the side, and you just hear, it's really long bow.
And I want to put out the torch.
Yeah, you just. This will allow you to make it to the next part pretty much unseen, but there will be one more torch you'll have to put out on the way. Back to Kovac, Swerblund, and the rest. Werblund has taken the basically the job of two gunners, right? He's positioned two guns at the same time to fire. It's going to throw the accuracy off a bit, but you are going to be able to fire twice. So just think of it as double tapping. So once again, your a D20 intelligence modifier and proficiency bonus.
Why? 8.
The first cannon, once again, wildly off course, shoots right, there's the sails of the enemy ship. Instead of going through them, it goes like... They're just like, wow, thanks. That...
Just showing off.
Yeah, that's a warning shot. Second warning shot. You get one more shot, though, because Werblin has prepped 2 cannons.
Okay, that's better. 16.
Okay. You hit one this time. And boy howdy, this Eldritch Blast Cannon, roll 8d10.
Excuse me?
Yeah, 8d10 for this Eldritch Blast Cannon.
Okay, all right.
What?
There's one, and there's one, and there's one. All right, we can get. Oh, that's 8.
Oh,
there's one.
Oh, D10, sorry.
There's one. I got 4. It's 8
8d10.
All right. 10, 15, 20. That's plus 18, so 38.
38 points of damage. So what happens is this huge green blast of Eldritch energy just collides, eats through, and just tunnels right through one of the ships, from the front right to the back. Giant hole within the ship. You see, it doesn't set anything on fire, but it burns such a neat hole through the ship that you can see the surviving crew members peek out from the hole after it's been made. The ship is not down, but holy crap, it is injured. You start to see it like kind of tilt, and it is definitely dead in the water from the shot. So there is that. Werblin is having a great time. It's like, let's do that some more.
Yeah. Look at Werblin, I'm just like, yeah.
After you make the shot, and your ship is in such a position that it's lined up 2 more of the warships right in front of you. Now, generally, ships don't have cannons in the back or the front, right? Yours, however, has 1 giant screaming skull in front. And the ship passively lets you know that you can take a shot from the front cannon.
Perhaps I will.
If you so
Is that going to be me doing it and not Werblin since I'm like right there?
Yeah.
Okay.
You're gonna have to.
Does that happen now?
Well, it can't happen now because the front cannon can't be positioned, so Werblin can't do much to it. It just sort of shoots straight,
right?
No matter where you are, right? So if you wish, you could fire this cannon. Usually the cannons take 1 round to recharge, but you've got plenty of cannons to go.
Do I get to do another headbutt soon?
Oh yeah,
D20 plus 0 plus proficiency.
Yes. 7. Yeah, well, it's a very impressive cannon. The screaming skull unhinges its jaw, and this massive, more massive than the side cannon's beam, just hurls through the air, through the water, and kisses the side of the Black Lotus. You see what was the wooden, like the reinforced wood, just melt away. But unfortunately, just kissed it. That would have been devastating had it hit.
Good to know. Good to know.
So everyone's just like, yeah, that would have sucked. Yeah, good thing that thing has really terrible aim.
I wish Kovacs wasn't a dumbass.
Shark luck.
Yes,
At this thing.
Yeah, let's go, baby. Ooh, 21.
To hit?
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool. 6.
So you ram into the door again. The crack widens, and you start to see progress because you can see that water is starting to slowly filter in through the crack. More bubbles start to come out. With your shark ears, you can see. You can hear the wood groaning under the pressure of the crack.
I'm gonna sink this bitch.
I'll have one more.
All right.
Go at it one more time.
17.
17. You hit. Go damage.
Oh shoot, what was it? Oh, 5.
5.
Every time it hurts a little more, I'm just like, eh.
So here's what happens. The crack has expanded large enough that this one last attack does put you through the wood, but not entirely. So here you sort of go like, this is the door. Here's you.
No. Come on.
I mean, you got through.
Am I stuck?
Stuck is a word you could use, but you are in the hole.
Okay.
Yeah.
What do I see?
A bunch of really alarmed crew members. People are taking black powder. They're like,
Just like a shark head boat.
hello. Bro, is that a shark? I think it's a shark, bro. Stab it, I guess. No, don't stab it. If you stab it, the water's gonna come up. Just leave the shark where it is. Everyone's just sort of like, the shark right where it is. Like they're like Jurassic World raptors like handling you. They're like, shh.
Can I try and out?
Do a dex saving throw.
Okay. 12.
You wiggle. They're like, whoa, shark. I think he's stuck. I think the shark is stuck. Okay, no one touch the shark. Just leave it where it is. No one tell Winkerbean. This is embarrassing. All right, shark, we're gonna go about our jobs. Oh, no. It's good, shark. Someone get the shark some food. So it's placated. Someone brings you like a steak. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh, shark. Oh, yeah. Keep bringing the shark food. It seems to like it. So these crew members start like,
Fatten them up, plug the hole.
good sharky. Good shark.
Okay.
It was really tasty food too. Right. It's not bad for like crew food.
Can I try to get out again?
Let's do one more round and then we'll get back to you.
I eat like one more steak before I try it.
You're just like, while I'm here. They're starting to think they've made a shark friend. It's like, we should take him home. Name him. All right, Trixa. You successfully overboarded one of the crew members, and now you stealthily. I'm gonna keep saying Johnny Cage because it's like I have this image in mind of you just like shadow stepping. You get closer to the bottom of the mast, but there is one more torch in your way, and this time there's not so much crew member, but you do notice they've got these watchdogs, right? They are in their cages. Either they're transporting them or they're bringing them to Allhaven, but these hounds preoccupy these cages at the bottom of the mast, and nearby is your torch. They're very agitated. They see the same things that are going on. They're barking. But of course, they're hounds, and they have very potent noses. How would you like to handle this?
Oh no. I just want to go turn off the torch.
Turn off the torch.
Yep.
So you're gonna have to make your way past the hounds.
Alexa, turn off the torches.
All right. So you just step out. Do you try to stealth past?
Well, first, can I go up to them and be like, "Hey, puppy"?
You can, but as you approach them, they will turn their attention on you and start barking. That's their job. Though they have been barking up until this point.
I assumed, right?
Right? So who knows?
I wanna try to befriend them through the cage.
All right. Like you expect, they turn to you and just start barking, but not louder than they have been. So you take a quick look around. No one's paying any mind, right? Go ahead and roll animal handling.
I wanna dig out some centaur jerky and give it to him.
With advantage.
I didn't need advantage. 21.
Nice. The hounds kind of start sniffing the jerky through the cage.
It's okay.
Do you feed it to them?
Yeah.
All right. They gladly just sort of gobble up this centaur jerky. They love it. It's fantastic. They go at it, and then very quickly there's no more, and they all look up at you with suddenly big eyes. They sit. Their tails just.
Do the cages seem locked?
No.
I want to let them out.
All right. You open the cages. You open the door. The dogs shaking their tails, just start, running around you. Barking. They're now friends. They're sniffing your pocket where the jerky probably came from.
I'm gonna give them some more jerky and be like, "Okay, I gotta go."
Yeah, they pile on and just start eating this stuff. It's very easy for you to then just reach over and snuff out the torch. However, before you do, give me one last perception check as you're on deck and looking around.
13.
13. You see it. It's pretty obvious. Towards the back of the deck, away from where the crowd is, there is a... You've not seen one like it before, but there is, in fact, an adamantite golem on the ship.
Just chilling?
Yeah, seemingly not active. It's built in a much rougher way, it seems. The ones you've seen so far were polished and smooth and looks to be fairly uniform, right, in design. This one has a mean minotaur-looking face built into its chest. There's a slot, a clear glass, or what looks to be glass slot up here. Two arms are resting at the side, one containing a massive saw blade, and the other looks to be a cannon. And this adamantite golem is just sitting motionless in the corner. It doesn't respond.
Okay.
It's just there. I'm just letting you know. You see it.
Cool.
All right. But now since you're very close to the mast, you don't have to make a perception check. You can actually look up and just see up in the cage, cage tree, top button, lizard babies, lizard friends, lizard babies minus Xritz. Xritz? Zritz. Lizard babies minus Zritz. What? Minus Zritz?
It's probably a good sign.
Yeah. And your lizard folk friends. His, Kiz, and Wiz. This is bullshit! Yep, that's him. And that is what you see.
I don't see a little girl.
You don't.
Okay.
You do not see a little girl. Kovacs. Dexterity saving throw with advantage. They're still trying to bring you down, but it's not going well.
That'll do it. 15. I mean, 25, sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Math.
Effortlessly just floating through cannonball shots. Still doing like Daredevil like maneuvers just to piss them off.
Sweet.
At this point, the ship has grown hands just so it could flip them off.
Okay, perfect. That's what I was hoping.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's it's following your will. So Werblin has set up 2 more cannons for you to fire. Do you want to go after the injured ship, the disabled injured ship, or the new other ships? One of the ships, remember, has already been taken out. It's just Winkerbean's ship is, what kind of shape's it in? Is that the one he's working at, or is that a different one? Both. It's the one both of them are.
Okay, so let's. No, I'm gonna go for one of the other warships.
Okay.
To try to take them all out of the equation.
All right. You want to do the injured one, the rudderless one, or
let's go for a fresh one.
Ooh, a fresh one. All right. Roll your d20, your int modifier, and your proficiency bonus.
And it's going to be 2 shots?
It's going to be 2 shots, so 2 rolls.
All right. Great. Well, one of these might hit. A 15.
15, yes. That one will absolutely hit.
The other one does not.
Unfortunate. One of them goes off course. The other sailors are sort of used to it now. It's like, oh wow, most of these are missing. That's pretty good. The one who said that, however, on his ship, because irony is hilarious, the second Eldritch cannon just rips through its mast, devastates its sails, and just takes mobility completely out of the equation for this ship. It's dead in the water, just like its 2 friends. You've disabled, but not destroyed, 3 of the ships. There's only 3 warships left, Thizbanar warships. You can tell that they're getting sort of nervous. They're starting to sail a bit away from you. They're trying to get distance. It's not going to work out so well. They're outsped now. However, at this point, the Black Lotus has almost completely turned around, and this ship, even though it's not as fast as you, it comprises a much larger surface area for its guns. So its firing range is much greater, and you are in its sights, no matter how where you sail. So it's almost in position to fire at you. But for now, you still have the front cannon to play with, and you can choose to either aim it straight onto Winkerbeam's ship, or there is a line of sight between 2 of the other good ships that you could maybe like lightning bolts style fire at. So which would you
like
prefer?
to hit 2 at once?
All right. Do that same roll for the front cannon.
Please. Yes. 20.
Not natural?
Not natural. It's unnatural.
Yeah, unnatural 20. Nice. So this time, roll for damage for the main cannon. The other one just took the masts out.
Okay. Ooh. Okay, so it's 25
Nice.
plus. Well, that was okay. Nope, what was this? 25. Okay. 8 plus 12. 50?
Oh. So the front cannon has 1 or 2 special properties to it that the side cannons does not. One of them being it just does a much greater surface area worth of devastation, right? So this huge cannon just launches and bursts through the side of one of the ships, hitting the black powder in the back of its ship, causing it to explode into this massive fireball. The first ship just goes down in flames, sinks, and the cannon, just unstoppable, rips through the hull of the second. Doesn't hit their black powder, but the entire front part of their ship is just missing. It just starts to nosedive into the ocean, taking on water like a mofo. You've devastated 2 of the Thizbanar ships. Unfortunately, by the time you get this done, by the time these 2 ships sink, the Black Lotus has turned around and has fixed its guns on you. This time, you don't get a saving, you don't get advantage, but 1 more dexterity saving throw as it just launches everything it has at you.
Yes. 24.
Nice. All right, here's what happens. And it has to happen this way because there's not much room to maneuver otherwise. You see almost, like in 300, like it blotting out the sun with the arrows. It's sort of like that, but with cannonballs this time around,
cool.
Right? So no matter where you sort of sail in your mind, you're like, I could go that way, but I'll be devastated. I could go that way, devastated. I could go forward, devastated, back, devastated. And the ship sort of like passively, because now you have this weird bond with it. It's just like, go up. As the cannonballs come in, the large membrane laced appendages slap down on the water, and you see the ship just launch itself into the air through the one part of the sky not darkened by the cannonballs. And we're gonna leave you really quick because you right now you're just sort of sailing right at the Black Lotus, literally coming down on their ship. You can almost look in Winkerbeam's eyes, going like, that shit's not natural. And really quick, we're going to go back to Pluck because I want to know what happens. Okay. I know we're running low on time, but I want to know what happens with the Pluck situation. Pluck, are you going to try to wiggle out one more time and see what happens?
I guess so.
All right. Dexterity saving throw with advantage because you've already unlaunched yourself a little bit.
Ooh, nat 20.
Holy crap. All right. So, not only do you get yourself out, but you manage to grab like 3 more steaks before you leave and, bite someone's face. It's great. Perfect. Later. And as you expel yourself from the bottom of the ship, a huge gush of water just seeps into the hatch, just starting to fill the bottom of the ship with water. It's almost hard to escape the pull of it, even as a shark. There's so much water getting through.
And I don't know of any of the who's on board, huh?
No, you have absolutely no idea, but you are so proud of yourself because you've made a massive hole in this ship. And not only the hole you started with, you see bits of wood starting to, like, with the pressure of the water coming in, like, snap off the hinges, the hole starting to widen by itself. And even you, Trixa, on board while you're trying to figure out what to do next, you start to feel the boat just unstabilize a little bit. You're. Would you say Trix has been on many boats, character history-wise? So you're probably unfamiliar with what's happening, but you're like, wow, this ship was way more stable just a minute ago. What is happening? And that is where we will come back to next time on Dark and Dicey. So now with your monster ship and your possibly dooming most of the crew to drowning and all that stuff, I think that's a pretty good place to leave off.
The lizard babies too.
When you ate the steaks and escaped it, I thought of that scene in Toy Story.
Yeah, that's exactly
the shark goes, Cody, Woody,
Oh my gosh, he's gonna be real interesting. Zach coming back to this. My character did what? Well, thank you guys for watching. We missed the show. We missed you guys. Thank you for tuning in again. It's always a lot of fun to do Dark and Dicey. Are there any announcements from you guys before we take off?
I got a big one.
Oh,
so this Saturday, the first ever, well, it already happened last Saturday, but I'm going to be in this round. The first ever D&D Sports tournament.
D&D Sports tournament?
With a $5,000 cash prize, and I'm going to be in it. It's going to be twitch.tv/RPG Sports. And like I said, Saturday the 17th at noon Pacific time. So catch me.
What does that involve? Sports.
So I know some of the details, but it's basically like an esports D&D thing. It's going to be like a 4v4 like team deathmatch sort of thing. There's like a pre-generated like roster of characters, and you get to like ban characters for the other team, so they can't pick them.
Okay.
And it's like, I don't know, best like 2 out of 3 rounds.
It's
or
almost
something.
like WoW Arena, but D&D.
Yeah. So it's going to be interesting.
I like that. That's really cool.
Yeah, I'm super stoked. So
dude.
Tune in Saturday noon Pacific, twitch.tv/RPG Sports.
You can't go out first. You gotta.
No. I'm just gonna pick the paladin and win.
Usual for me, tomorrow, Tuesdays, I have a Dice Camera Action at 4 p.m. PST here at twitch.tv/DND. It is a fun show. You should watch it.
Fun.
Fun.
And there's nothing like, celebrating the release of the Detective Pikachu trailer than going out to buy yourself a copy. Otherwise, we will be back next Monday, same time, same place. Thank you for tuning in. We see you next time. Bye.